Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You join us for this T20 between the Chennai Carvers and the Kolkata Kits. I'm Mike Atherton and
the Super Kings win the toss, and they're going to have a bat. It seems the sensible decision given the look of the pitch. There will be something for the bowlers, but not much.
the umpire signals that we're ready to go. First ball of the innings about to be bowled.
Yep.
Finds the fielder with that shot.
Go!
Good pickup, big chance.
Well, they were moving quick between the wickets. I thought for a moment they were going to go again. In the end, I reckon that would have been just too risky.
A new batter always likes to feel bat on ball early on, as they bring a bit of energy to the crease.
Yes!
Well placed, should get a single.
Got their head right in line with the ball. A beautiful strike there down the ground.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on. Huge shot, that's a massive shot, just incredible.
Heaved away off the back foot, sweetly timed.
It's been a great over so far, 2 boundaries from it, runs coming very easily.
Yep.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
That was timed very, very well. Great shot, driven down the ground and flew over the boundary.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yes!
Great shot through the gap.
Hit bowler! Yes!
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Bowler!
Exquisitely down the front foot, a gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Really playing all their shots that over, really expensive. The right arm pace bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yep.
Perfectly timed.
You don't chase those down. Brilliantly timed off the back foot, and that's raced to the boundary.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Yep. Catch it!
Great shot.
Avoided the fielders, 1 bounce and 4. Fantastic shot.
What else do they have in their bag of tricks? Not much seems to be working at the moment.
Yep.
Oh my, that's just flown off the middle.
That was seen so early. The timing was brilliant, and that has stayed hit. Fantastic.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Yep.
Timed that brilliantly.
Well, that was just textbook. Finds the space and power to lift that ball over the top, and it just keeps going.
Yep. Catch it.
Middle that one, great timing.
That went all the way up toward the grandstand for 4, driven away nicely.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Yep.
Goes up and over for 6. That's the positive option.
A really good 50 partnership. These two are looking strong, and it's going to take something special to break it up.
Going with pace now.
Yes.
That is a gorgeous shot, straight through the covers.
That showed great skill, lovely timing. The boundary was the only place that ball was heading.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
Helped on its way, really. Pivoted onto the back foot and lofted it all the way.
Don't need to do anything special. Line and length is the key.
Yep.
Gets back and punches it beautifully.
That was a solid shot, really well played. Ball was dropped just a little shorter, and a great shot off the back foot.
You can see how good this pitch can be for batting. You want the player coming forward, but it's a tight margin. Only a touch full and put away.
Yep.
Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
Well, that was timed very, very well. Great shot, driven down the ground and flew over the boundary.
A little short on that occasion. Needs to adjust the length slightly to be just a little fuller. Too short on this pitch. And as we've seen already, it makes it very easy to score.
Hit that one on the up. A fabulous drive for 6.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball. But you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yep.
Brilliant shot, that.
Haven't wasted a lot of deliveries, played some big shots, mixed in with good, smart cricket, and they've reached 50.
The right-arm medium bowler is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yep.
Right off the middle of the bat.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter, right at the top of their game.
That last ball isn't something you'd want to see a repeat of. You don't want to be giving easy runs away.
Yep.
Absolutely nailed it.
Perhaps that slipped out of the hand a little during the release. Sampson didn't mind and sent it high and handsome over the boundary rope for 6.
Sampson has got the big shot away this over. Now they can focus on playing the next ball on its merits.
Yep.
Hit that hard, nailed it.
That's a brilliantly aggressive shot. Gets onto the front foot and it's flown over the boundary.
I'd like to see them aim for the top of off now. As a bowler, you've got to make them play on your terms.
Yep.
Thick edge.
That is an amazing half-century, just mammoth stroke making. Such an impressive stint at the crease so far.
bit of timing there.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot, and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary.
Yep.
That's gone all the way, right out of the middle.
Lovely shot. Gets on the drive, just powers that over the boundary. Wonderful timing.
34 runs added in that over. The Super Kings are 115 for none. Now Ryan, the right armour, is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
Nicely played.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder?
Yes.
That's an unbelievable shot into the crowd.
Just missed the line, not the worst delivery, but that was dispatched with interest. Everyone just watched that in awe.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right. Nice shot.
That ball has been hit. It's flown into the crowd. To get that much power coming forward on the front foot is ridiculous.
Now Ryan shouldn't be too worried about that last ball. They've got them playing their shots. Just need to tighten their areas now.
Yep.
Strokes it languidly away to the fence. A lovely shot.
Fielders there in the covers, but they put it right into the gap. That's a beautiful shot.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake.
Yep.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
Just a little bit of room given. The power was immense. That has flown over the boundary.
Yes.
What great reactions. Brilliant catch close in.
The first wicket is down, back to the pavilion, and disappointment is etched on their face. Can't believe they got out like that.
Middle, what a start.
Extra width gives them a free swing at the ball. Gone a long way back.
It's really hard not to get caught up in the excitement. The crowd are loving every minute of this game. Wow, that's missed a lot.
Just threw the shot too early.
Time to keep the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Yep.
You can't bowl that wide to someone of this skill. That's just a simple square cut through to the boundary for 4.
Yep.
Finds the edge.
That was a very well-timed shot off the back foot. Saw it really early and it was dispatched with ease.
Wonderful batting at the moment. Back-to-back boundaries, putting the pressure on the bowler to respond.
Yep.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
There was trouble for a moment, but these two are quick enough to avoid the run-out in the end.
Yep.
Misses everything.
The right decision not to take on that fielder.
The end of another over. This time, though, some more fielding changes are coming as the restrictions are lifted. The captain can push this field a bit deeper now. 3 more players able to go outside the circle.
One.
Beautiful slower delivery. Just hitting air on that one. That was just too good.
Yep.
This could be out.
They make it home, but there should never have been the chance for a run out in the first place.
Yep.
They'll push hard, should get back for 2.
Bowler. Yep.
Good batting, get an opportunity to score and take it.
Keeper.
There's a chance if this hits.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Drives and misses everything.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. It's poor play.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. Needs to be on target.
Well, the communication's not great between these two. There's a lot of hesitation in their calls. On that occasion, looking for a second. In the end, a good decision not to go through with it.
Ali into the attack now from the south end.
Yep.
Picks the gap perfectly.
Bowler's end.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Chance to run 2.
Bowlers.
Poor fielding. Chose the wrong end entirely for what should have been a simple run out.
Beaten on the drive.
Ali with a superb delivery. Got them trying to drive, but messing everything up.
Yep.
How's that? Tata!
Well, they lose the second wicket. It's a long way back to the sheds. And you can tell they're not happy with that dismissal.
And with that wicket, we'll see a change out in the middle. Short, whose first task is getting themselves settled.
Yep.
Nice shot, runs possible. Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Short gets off the mark.
Yep. Nice one.
After all that effort, they just couldn't manage to go onto the 100. They'll feel like they've missed out here.
The team will be after a positive innings from this batter. A great opportunity to come in and put some runs on the board.
A lovely delivery. Got it in short and surprised them. They'll be happy only one of those is allowed.
Yep.
That's right off the meat of the bat.
Well, that was just textbook. Gets under it and with enough power lifts that ball over the top and it just keeps going.
Lovely.
Not a very smart shot. Got nothing onto it in the end.
Yep.
super piece of timing.
That's just a textbook 6. Timed well, under the ball, and it flew to the boundary. Awesome power.
Yep.
This could be trouble.
A reckless heave. This batter is usually a bit more elegant in their stroke play than this. Poor batting.
Yep. Catch it!
Head over the ball. Great shot. That's racing away.
Bowler!
Good precision with a throw back from the deep. Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
The Knight Riders found some good rhythm in that over. They'll want to maintain it going forwards.
Lovely!
Just misses. Must have only been millimetres from hitting leg.
It looked a pretty
Nice
good
one.
delivery, to be honest. Umpire, though, has given it as a wide.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
That gets things going. Just nice to get settled, start to get your first runs.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap. Perfect timing.
Yes, bowler!
A couple on offer here.
Yep.
Straight to the fielder. There's trouble here. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. You've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Yep.
Rolled the wrist well to keep it down, but couldn't find the gap, though.
Catch it!
Right out of the middle.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
End of the over. The Super Kings are 200 for 3. Malik from the north end.
Yep.
That's right out of the middle of the bat.
Managed to get onto the front foot early and just incredible power to loft that one over the boundary.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you've just got to accept it and move on.
Yep. Catch it!
That's really high. Don't think anyone is close.
Well, it was hammered away, timed perfectly and placed into the gap.
It's been a great over so far. 2 boundaries from it. Runs coming very easily.
Yep.
That's a much better directed short ball. Didn't quite manage to get the bat in position. It's through to the keeper. That's the one bouncer for the over.
Yep.
Nicely played. Perfect timing.
In the end, a very simple shot. Lets the ball come onto the bat and cuts it away for 4.
Tried for something a bit different the last ball. The captain shouldn't mind that. If they get it right, they might just get the wicket.
Yep.
Dismisses that for 4. A bit of West Indian flair to that.
Found the gap with ease. Wasn't the worst ball you'll see, but it still raced to the rope.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yep.
That's great fielding. That ball was flying. There'll be 1 run here for them.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
20 runs added there. The Super Kings are 220 for 3.
Yeah, Chad.
Great shot. Placement exquisite.
Solid partnership, 50 so far. Now it's time to really build a big score.
The last one helped the scoring rate, making their intentions clear.
Yep.
Immaculate timing there.
Never an extra run on that arm. Great throw back in from the deep.
Yep.
It mightn't get to the boundary, should at least get a couple.
Keeper. Yep.
Well placed, should get a single.
No.
Decisive running might have just got them 2. You look at that and I'd say they would have made it easily. Poor running in the end.
Yep.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Good return there, back from the deep. Whipped away nicely through the leg side. Elegant as ever, and picking up good runs.
Yep.
Gone. Excellent catch, close to the bat.
It's another wicket, the 4th now. Sometimes you've just got to accept that you couldn't do anything about a delivery.
Difficult period as they come to the wicket. They'll take plenty of time to set themselves up before facing their first ball.
Nice running between the wickets. Clipping the pads, not the bat though.
Yeah.
Doesn't beat the infield. This should be close.
Immediately underway with some runs.
Yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Bowler. Yep.
Into the gap. Nice shot.
Bowler.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Yep.
They'll get at least one.
No.
I, for one, reckon that second run was on, but clearly the batters knew better.
7 runs added there. The Super Kings are 239 for 4.
Yep.
Really good shot there.
Yes, keeper.
If that had been thrown to the other end, I think you'd be looking at another wicket for sure.
Yep.
Good shot. It's found the gap.
Keeper.
Massive chance.
Tucked it nicely into the gap. Pick up a single, rotate the strike.
Wait. Yep, yep. No! Yep. No!
A bit of a mix-up. They'll need to improve their communication.
Yep.
That's mistimed. It's gone high. Should be gone.
Onto the front foot early, placed it perfectly into the gap. Timed it nicely for 4 more.
Do they go full? Do they go short? A lot to ponder after the boundary.
Yep, yep.
Great shot. At least one on offer.
Well, they're moving quick between the wickets. I thought for a moment they were going to go again. In the end, I reckon that would have been just too risky.
Yep.
Well timed, but there's a fielder out there.
Yes, keeper.
End of the over, 10 off it. The Super Kings are 249 for 4.
It looked like a pretty good delivery, to be honest. Umpire's given it as a wide.
Yep, yep.
Nice timing, good batting, won't get to the boundary.
Keeper, keeper. Yep.
Chance!
Bad decision making. Thrown it to the wrong end and let the chance go begging. Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Edged it.
Nearly got through them. Just got onto it in time with enough bat speed to pick up 4.
Yep, yep. Yep. Bowler, bowler.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Yep.
Off the body and they scamper through for a run.
Over. The Super Kings are 262 for 4. The right-arm medium bowler is coming on to bowl from the south end.
Yep.
Caught. What a position to set there. A brilliant catch.
That was a very good knock in the end. I'm sure a few more runs would have been better, but this has indeed been a good innings.
And with that wicket, the new batter will mark their guard. They just need to rotate the strike early on as they get settled.
Seemed very happy to take the boundary first up, punched away nicely to get off the mark.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Yep.
Incredible, what a grab.
An innings that promised much and really, in the end, delivered very little. Pretty disappointing all round.
The field will come up now, you'd think. Pressure should definitely be on the new batter, who strides to the middle. They'll be looking for another quick wicket.
Go!
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Nice shot.
Saw it from the moment it left the hand, latched onto it and given the full treatment.
End of the over. 13 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are 275 for 6. The right armour is coming into the attack from the north end. Misses everything.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
Yep. Go!
I don't think there was any bat on that as they come through for the single.
Yeah.
That's gone. Couldn't ask for an easier catch.
They find themselves 7 wickets down. It's about now you need someone to stand up and stick around at the crease.
Yeah.
They'd look for a couple here.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played, and it was 4 runs all the way.
Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. Yeah. A beauty. Brilliant. Catch.
Another one, 8 wickets gone. You feel it's just a matter of time now. A few decent deliveries could see the end.
Wow, that's missed the lot. Good pickup. Big chance.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the keeper felt a bit hard done by there. In the end, it'll just go down as byes.
End of the over. 6 runs coming from it. The Super Kings are 281 for 8.
Yep.
I think that's called for the front foot. Not by much, but that doesn't matter.
An effort ball and called on the front foot. At least they've got an extra ball to go for the wicket. Drives and misses everything. A direct hit and this could be gone.
They would have been struggling to get back for another. A good call of no.
Yeah.
Really smashed it off the back foot.
Henry has got the big shot away this over. Now they can focus on playing the next ball on its merits.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
Yep.
It was timed well for 4. Gee, that was a good shot.
Always difficult to focus after what happened last ball, but you just got to stay positive and believe the wicket will come.
Yep.
Hits that well onto the back foot and cracks it away.
Dragged it down, nailed it off the back foot. Super batting.
They shouldn't get too discouraged with that last ball. The first step as a bowler is to get the batter playing, which they've managed. If they can find the right spot, the reward will eventually come.
Tried to get the drive away. Didn't time the shot well and through to the keeper.
Playing all their shots in that over, a very expensive over.
Yeah. No.
Caught. One of the easiest catches you'll see.
A trudge back to the pavilion. A disappointing display in the end. For someone with such batting skills, this goes down as a fail.
It's a long way to walk out here just to walk straight back. They'll just want to get this first one behind them and then push on.
Yep. Go!
Decisive running might have gotten two. Looking back at it, I'd say they'd have made it easily. So in the end, poor running.
Yeah.
A little bit of confusion out in the middle, but they've got back quickly. No harm done. Both batters survive.
Beaten on the drive.
Well, for a brief moment, you thought there might be a bit of strife there. In the end, a good decision not to take on the field.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
Overstepping, just a little too eager on that delivery.
You're looking for anything when it comes to a free hit as a batter. Just need to wait on it.
Yeah. Lovely.
This could be trouble.
Somehow managed to get past everyone. It's a bonus 2 runs to the score.
End of the over, 7 off it. The Super Kings are 305 for 9. Malik with the ball in hand again. Very sweet off the bat and 4 all the way.
There was minimal follow through, just great timing to punch it through the field for 4.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake. Couldn't get it through the field. There's trouble here.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yeah.
Nothing really wrong with the delivery. Got onto the front foot and found the space to get that one to the boundary.
A good contest here at the moment. 4 off the last ball, and it'll be interesting to see how the bowler can respond.
Yeah, yeah.
They make it home, but there should never have been the chance for a run out in the first place.
Yep.
Right off the middle of the bat.
Off the front foot, hit it with all the power and elegance of a batter right at the top of their game.
It can be very disheartening seeing good deliveries smacked around. Sometimes you just got to accept it and move on.
Nice one.
Could be close.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. That's poor play.
Malik has had a pretty good over. Just needed a bit more luck to find a wicket. And that's the end of the innings. The Knight Riders have been set a target of 324 runs. A mountain to climb as the openers come out. The goal will be to get the innings off to a good start. But one of these two surely has to go on to score big.
The captain making some adjustments to the field here. You can understand why on that line they thought it was safe to let it straight through to the keeper. Surely that's got to be called a wide. It's completely out of reach.
Yes.
Edge, there's no one there. Could go down to the boundary.
Nearly got through them. Just got onto it in time with enough bat speed to pick up 4.
Clearing.
Straight to the fielder.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Yep. Keepers.
There'll be 1 run here for them.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
A big opportunity. They've worked hard in recent weeks. They should have the confidence
Wait
to
there.
build an innings and get big runs on the board.
Just threw the shot too early.
Yep.
Great shot. Placement exquisite.
It was just a little bit too full and it was beautifully timed.
10 runs added in that over. The Knight Riders are 10 for none. Ahmed coming into the attack from the south end.
Yes.
Caught, gone.
It's the wicket they so desperately wanted. They've removed a real threat before they could get going.
With the fall of that wicket, the new batter comes out to the crease. They're quick to take guard and face up.
Wait.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
Great shot.
You can't fault the bowling. Sometimes your opponent is just too good. Wonderful front foot shot and there was absolutely no point in chasing that.
Waiting. Bowler.
Allen shakes their head. He was there to be hit but couldn't make the most of it.
Yeah.
Narine ready to face their first ball. Really needs to settle quickly and see if they can get the ball into the gaps. Doesn't beat the infield.
A little late on that, no run scored.
That's the over. The Knight Riders are 17 for 1. Henry from the north end.
Yeah.
Got forward and was able to drive the ball. Lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Super shot that.
You can't fault that shot. Nicely played and it was 4 runs all the way. Narine shakes their head. It was there to hit. Couldn't make the most of it.
Yep.
They'll get at least 1.
Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
Not a great delivery. Got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
8 runs added there. The Knight Riders are 25 for 1.
Yep. Yep.
Really? That's just wasting everyone's time.
Wait.
Quick onto that in the infield.
Yep.
Struck it nicely. Could go to the boundary.
It was in the air for a long time, but 4 bounced just inside the rope.
Waiting. Yep.
Got all of it, and for 6.
That's what you pay the entrance money for. It's flown into the crowd. A brilliant shot off the front foot. No need to move.
A brilliant over for the batting side. Not so for the bowlers. The left-arm unorthodox bowler is coming into the attack from the north end.
Yep.
Great shot through the gap.
Managed to get it fine and it trickled away to the boundary. Just waited on it nicely.
Wait on.
Good piece of fielding to stop some runs.
Yep.
Ballers in.
Strong appeal.
Wait.
Maybe they didn't pick it up. Very late on the shot.
Waiting. Yep.
Flew away with pace. Brilliant timing.
That was a massive shot, middled, and it flew over the boundary. Brilliant stuff.
End of the over. 11 runs coming from it. The Knight Riders are 50 for 1. A new bowler is coming into the attack.
Yep.
There'll be runs here. Finds the fielder with that shot.
Waiting.
Gone. It's a good catch.
Well, the end of an entertaining performance with the bat. Certainly a good wicket to get. The runs were really starting to flow. Just threw the shot too early.
Yeah.
Too full. Got what it deserved.
Got to get the length right, the line right. It was all wrong. Crashed away for 4.
Getting nicely settled at the crease now. Would have been really happy with that last shot.
Yeah.
Power and precision in that shot.
Good return, back from the deep.
Waiting.
Narain will be frustrated with that shot. The ball was there to hit, but couldn't find the gap.
With the completion of that over, we see the fielding restrictions finish. The Super Kings are now allowed 5 fielders outside the circle. Out! Caught!
It's the sort of dismissal that sees the momentum swing back to the bowler. Gone, but not for many.
Singh won't have the pressure of facing up just yet. The nerves will be rattling a bit while they're at the non-striker's end. Big appeal.
Hey!
Lovely bowling.
Nice.
That spun a long, long way, and yet somehow it missed completely everything.
Catch.
In the air. Looks to be landing safely.
You could see by how it whistled away to the boundary just how sweetly this was timed.
A boundary off the last ball. Is it a sign they're trying to push the run rate?
Win on.
Didn't hit that well. Very late playing that shot.
An inexpensive over ends and a wicket coming from it.
Yep. Catch.
Nicely taken. Quick to latch onto it.
Well, this is a fantastic wicket. Kept the runs down. Really didn't get settled. Looked to be in trouble, sadly, for most of the knock.
Yep.
Nice shot. Runs possible.
Bowler, bowler.
Ali takes guard. Been in pretty good touch lately. You wouldn't want to let them get away early with some easy boundaries. Well placed. Should get a single.
Immediately underway with some runs.
Yep.
Onto the front foot. Super shot. Should be 4.
The fielder could only pick that up off the boundary rope. Punched that away through the covers with exquisite timing. The captain's going to change things around in the field.
Huge edge. A couple on offer here.
Surprised they didn't go for a third. Would have been a very simple run.
8 runs added in that over. The Knight Riders are 70 for 4.
Yep.
Massive edge.
Well, didn't time that at all, but managed to get it away to the boundary.
Time to keep... the pressure on now. Great last ball to find the edge. It's just a case of finding the same spot.
Wait there.
A bit of a change-up in the field now. Narine shakes their head. It was there to hit, couldn't make the most of it.
Waiting.
Collects that one, simple as you like, inside the ring.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely, just too early on the shot and couldn't find a gap. Maybe they didn't pick that up very late on the shot.
Yep.
Great shot, at least one on offer.
Driven off the front foot, fantastic cricket shot. Probably expected more there.
Ahmad ends what has been a tidy over. Just needed to top it off with a wicket. This is everything. Big shout.
Waiting. Yep.
That's really high. Don't think anyone is close.
Just perfection, a majestic shot. You just cannot hit it any better than that. Raced away to the boundary.
Waiting.
Couldn't get it through the field.
Yep.
Thick edge.
Through the hands at it, got it early, but enough on it to get 4.
End of the over. 9 runs coming from it. The Knight Riders are 85 for 4.
Yep.
Fine placement and enough timing to get that ball away to the boundary.
Just need to keep it simple. Line and length, around about off stump, and that'll force the mistake. Crying wolf is not the best approach. It'll just annoy the umpire. Beaten on the drive.
Ball in.
A bit of frustration after that shot. Went after it, but just couldn't lay a bat on it.
Yep.
Nicely played.
That's just timed brilliantly. He moves closer to 50. It's going to take something special to get the wicket.
Wait on.
Huge appeal.
The captain making some adjustments to the field here.
The right armour is coming on to bowl from the south end.
Yes.
That was a solid shot. Driven off the front foot. Fantastic cricket shot. Probably deserved more from it.
Wow, that's missed the lot.
Nice bowling.
Not a very smart shot. Got nothing onto it in the end.
Yep.
Ease through the field. There'll be runs here. There'll be one run here for them.
Some adjustments to the field.
Yes.
Drives and misses everything.
A reckless heave. This batter is usually a bit more elegant in their stroke play than this. Poor batting.
Yep.
Cuts that off well in the infield.
The big wicket is gone. Never really looked comfortable, and now they have to start the long walk back.
Lots of pressure coming into bat. Will have to wait, though, to face their first ball. Going with spin now.
Yep.
That's going a long way. What a shot that is.
That's a really good half-century. Started well and has continued to up the scoring rate.
Waiting.
Straight to the fielder.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Yep.
A change to the complexion of this match. Got to get the new batter coming forward early, encouraging them to drive and really attack the stumps. Oh my, that's racing away.
And they're away and nicely off the mark.
Yep.
It's getting to where this is becoming a problem. It's obvious it isn't out, but they appeal anyway.
Really getting towards the tail enders now. Sixth wicket gone. There's not a lot left in this lineup.
New batter comes to the crease. Never an easy time to come in after the fall of a wicket.
Surely that's got to be called a wide. It's completely out of reach.
The Night Riders weren't given much of an opportunity. A very tidy over.
Bowling.
Tried to get the drive away, timed it poorly, lucky to survive.
Yep.
Doesn't beat the infield.
And with that, they're off the mark.
Loud shout.
Wait. Yep.
Got forward well and was able to drive the ball. A lovely shot and good running.
Yep.
Bowler is confident on this one.
Yeah.
They'll get at least one.
Exquisitely done on the front foot. A gorgeous looking drive. Could have been worth more.
Yep.
Some well-targeted bowling in that over. Certainly something to build on. Henry coming back into the attack.
Nice.
Tried to get the drive away. Didn't time the shot well and threw to the keeper.
Waiting.
Can't get that outside the ring field.
It was a nice looking shot. Full and in the slot. Just couldn't find the gap.
Wait.
Timing just a little early on that occasion.
Yeah.
They've picked the gap. Perfect timing.
Keepers in.
Onto the front foot and punched it nicely. Would have hoped to find the rope.
Nice bowling.
Not a great shot in the end. Practices the shot again. Just need to keep their head down now.
Wait. Yep.
Henry doing really well to keep the pressure on these two. Another good over of bowling.
Wait.
Quick onto that in the infield.
No runs on that occasion. Got into position nicely. Just too early on the shot. Couldn't find a gap.
Yep.
Good running. It needed to be as well. Probably closer than they expected.
Yep.
Very sweet off the bat and 4 all the way.
Had all the time in the world to get in position to play that ball. Timed it nicely for 4 runs.
Boundary off the last ball. What's to come off this delivery, I wonder?
Bowling.
That's wild. Nothing elegant about that shot. Just not timing it at all. That's poor play.
Yeah.
Confident appeal. Could it be? Good piece of fielding to stop some runs. 6 runs added there. The Knight Riders are 126 for 6. Henry from the north end.
Yep.
Great shot, but it's not going to beat the fielder.
Ballers in. Waiting. Wait.
No interest in that one from the batter. Henry will be wanting to hone in on a better line and length to make them play next time. Obviously didn't like the look of that one and just ignored it.
Yep.
There'll be runs here.
Waiting.
Finds the fielder with that shot. Over. The Knight Riders are 132 for 6. Ahmed, the left-arm medium bowler, is coming into the attack from the south end.
Yep. That's it.
Power and precision in that shot.
That is a masterclass of batting. Reads the length, gets forward and dispatches that to the boundary.
Yep.
Good return there, back from the deep.
Trouble. Oh, gone.
A long walk back to the pavilion. This has not been a good knock. Not what you expect from someone of this skill level.
Yep.
Not wasting any time, they're off the mark straight away. A bit of a change up in the field now.
Wait.
Not a great delivery, got it full and lucky not to be hit to the boundary.
Waiting. Wait.
A
little late on that, no runs scored.
End of the over, 6 runs coming from it. The Knight Riders are 138 for 7.
Waiting. Wait.
Just threw the shot too early.
Oh, yes, nice bowling.
Just can't seem to get the ball away. That's the 3rd dot.
Bowling.
Well, they never really got in the right position for the drive for that one. A bit of a loose shot in my reckoning.
Oh, no. Nice.
I'd say it was the right shot to choose, but it was just timed badly. Just couldn't get the drive away.
Yep.
A brilliant over that. The pressure put right back on the batters. The sort of over that could win the match.
Up. Yep.
Chance. Huge nick, but no one to catch it. Don't mind getting hit for runs. What's important is to focus on getting the next ball right.
Yeah.
Massive edge, misses everyone, and that's racing away. A wonderful delivery to get the edge. You've got to keep hammering away at that spot time and again.
Waiting.
Nicked it. Loud appeal. Brilliant bowling. Having got the edge the previous ball, they now know the areas they need to be hitting.
Bowling.
Bit of a wild delivery. I'd have been calling that wise, but, well, the umpire didn't agree with me.
With the completion of that over, there will need to be some considerable risks now from the batters.
The Super Kings bring it home in a close one. So many twists and turns. I think the best team won in the end, but what a fantastic match.